Hi everyone and welcome to a brand new series where we cover how to do a player skills and player skill menu with all a quick slot selection screen and everything else. So let's get started with the first thing we're going to focus on is the UI menu that's going to come up on the screen when we hold down a trigger key on our gamepad. Let's jump in and take a look. So the first thing I want to do is set up the visuals of this thing. Okay, so there's the whole element of the skill menu showing and hiding itself on the screen. So I'm just in here in the third person template, and I'm just going to create a new folder for this. And we're going to create a new user widget. And this will be the player HUD. So we need this anyway for other things, but you should, if you're adding this to your own game, you should have your own player HUD already. This is just going to be another element you add onto it. So that's our player HUD. And all that's going to be in here for us today is that's an overlay. That's all there is to it. Like so. And I can close that. Next is going to be the skill menu itself. So let's go to the user interface, create another widget blueprint, and we'll call this one the skill quick slot menu, or quick slots. Okay, actually I'll change that to quick slot menu. There we go. There we go. That makes more sense. And that's going to have like the 4 face buttons appearing on it. But those buttons themselves are also going to be sub widgets too. So we need another widget. And this will be called skill quick slot. And we're going to open up our quick slot here and just do some basic visual elements for this. So I'm going to have 2 images overlaying each other. So I need an overlay. And that overlay is going to have, as I said, 2 images. So let's drag in 2 images. Like so. The first one I'm going to rename and call it image. And we call that skill icon. The other one is going to be the prompt. So this will be the button icon you see on the screen. So X, A, whatever it may be. So we'll call that one prompt, image prompt. And I've brought in some assets to help me display this a little bit nicer. So I've got some controller icons I can use. So we're going to use some of these. So let's just add one of these in for now. Like that. And then I've also got some skill icons I can use just to demonstrate and size things up as I want them to. Now, as you can see, the brush image I've got here for my skill icon is way too large. So I'm going to just change the image size here down to maybe 100 by 100. Something like that. Let's actually go a bit higher. Let's go 150 by 150. Actually, no, 128 by 128. So indecisive. So here we have our skill icon and our prompt window. And if I want my skill icon to be inside a circle, I could change it from draw as image to rounded box, and it'll do it as a circle. Okay, so the thing we want with this is we want flexibility. We want to be able to change what image is on which, and also the positioning of this A button, because we're going to offset it and change its alignment. So to help us with this, I'm going to go to my fill screen and change it to do desired on screen. Gives me a better idea of what I'm looking at. Because if I go to a prompt here, I can change it to be a center and at the top in alignment, but then I want to offset it by a certain amount. Okay, so we'll offset it by a transform of -40, for example. It'll go up like that. So this is what I want to have flexible. I want to be able to do the same widget for those individual different skills. Okay, I don't want to go through and make them all work independently like that. So let's go to my graph here and set up some variables to help us do this. So the variables I need to change are going to be the prompts, horizontal alignment and vertical alignment, and its render translation. Now, important thing to note when looking at the widgets over here on the right, notice how the horizontal and vertical alignments are inside a slot overlay slot in brackets, meaning that we're not actually changing the alignment of the image itself, but it's slot that it's inside of. So I'm going to go to the graph, and on pre-construct, I'm going to get the prompt out, and then do slot as overlay slot. Now I can do things such as set horizontal alignment and set vertical alignment. If you don't get the slot as overlay slot, you won't see these things because they are slot specific options. And horizontal alignment, we'll promote that to a variable. And we'll just call that one prompt horizontal alignment. And this one too. Prompt vertical alignment. Like that. Okay, that's the first thing. Next thing is I want to change its render translation. Now, in this case, it's not the slot. It is the actual image itself. So I'm going to take out the image prompt here. Set render translation. And plug that in. And all I'm going to do is promote that to a variable as well. And call that prompt translation. Okay. So that's just the organizational part of the widget. But let's talk about the actual images now. So I need to take out my image prompt. Set brush from texture. Plug that in. And promote the texture to a variable. Prompt texture. And likewise for the skill icon. This is something that would get changed anyway by like when you assign a skill to the player. But for now, we're just going to do it like this. Just so you get a better idea of what we're looking at. And I'm going to promote that to a variable. And that'd be skill texture. Now, each of the new variables we've added here, we will make them editable. So tick the little eyeball icon next to them. And then we're going to set some default values for these as well. Specifically the prompt and skill texture. So prompt down here. Actually, let's do the skill texture because we're there already. Skill texture. Compile first. And they're going to assign that to the list there. And then on the prompt texture, I can go into textures. And choose the one I want to use there. Like so. And because it's all in a pre-construct, you'll see these changes happening here. Okay. Which is great. That's what we want. Okay, so that is the skill slot designed. We now need to put it inside the skill menu. So let's go to the menu. And this is going to have an overlay as well. And we're going to wrap that overlay with a size box. And for now, we'll put the width and height here as 300 by 300. We'll adjust this in a moment, as you'll see. But I'm going to change the fill screen here to desired on screen, just so I get a better idea of what I'm looking at. Now, if we look for our skill quick slot, we can put that into the overlay, and we're going to want 4 of these. So first one, as you can see over here on the right, we can change those settings we made. So the A is going to be our bottom one. So I'm going to change it called bottom. And that's going to be vertical align to the bottom and in the center. And offset, sorry, not bottom, sorry, at the top there, the prompt. And then we're going to offset the top here by, let's say, -40. Okay, so it just hovers it above there. Now, for the whole thing in itself, up the top, I've got horizontal alignment. I'll put that at the bottom and that in the center. Okay, so it looks something like that. Next, I'm going to add another one. This one's going to be the left. And we're going to just align that to the left and center in the middle. And I'm going to choose which icon this is going to be. So that'd be the X. But as you can see, I want to change the prompt icon location. And this is why we made these variable over here. So I can put this one on the right and in the center. But I need to change its prompt translation here now from adjusting the Y-axis to adjust the X-axis by 40. Now, don't worry about overlapping just yet. We'll be adjusting this in a moment. And we'll do another one. This one will be the top. And follows the same sort of pattern as the others. Need to change that to the Y icon. And then we'll do the right over here. And again, adjusting our prompt icon accordingly. This would be -40 in the X. And we want it 0 in the Y. There we go. And yep, that would be the B key. Now, as you see, they're overlapping. That's just because the size box is too small. So if I adjust the size box, you'll see them now spread out. Okay, because they're attached to the edges, essentially. As the edges move in and move out, they will move in and move out too. Okay, that's our skill menu. So let's add our skill menu now to our player HUD. So in here, player HUD, and let's just put that in here. Quickslot menu, and I'll put it in the bottom right with a bit of padding, just to offset it. Okay, so that's something that it should be pretty simple. It just pops up like that. Now, we want to change it so it appears and disappears when the player holds down a key. So let's look at how we achieve that. So let's go into our inputs folder. I'm going to create a new input. And this will be skill menu. And in the skill menu, we want this one just actually left alone in here. All we need to do is actually assign it the key. So we can go to IMC default, add the key for the skill menu, and this is going to be the right gamepad trigger. And we choose a digital one. We don't need the axis. So the difference between this is the digital will give you either off or on, 0 or 1, whereas axis will give you a different value. So it's analog. It will give you a different value between the two. We just want digital in this, either pressing or you're not. Okay. And what we're going to do is, the nice thing about enhanced input system is so long as it's in a game mode, so the player controller is receiving those inputs, the quick slot menu can actually have the input for its hidden and not hidden state on here. So I can go to the graph, and in here I can just do IA skill menu. And on started, I want to set the visibility of the whole widget. So not just individual parts, but the whole widget. I'm going to change that to be visible. And for cancelled and completed, could it work for both? We want that to be set to hidden. And then all you got to do is make sure by default this is set to hidden. So we're going to go either in here or to player HUD, select the menu, and change its default visibility here to hidden. Now, to show this working, we need to add our player HUD to the game. So I'm just going to go into my game mode over here. Actually, we'll go to the controller. We'll add it to the controller class here. And we'll just do it. Just do it here. So create widget, player HUD, promote to variable, and then add to viewport. And because my input's already set up on there, if I hold down the right trigger, it'll appear and disappear when I let go. Okay. So there you go. Pretty simple, effective way of getting a skill menu to appear and disappear with an input. Now you can do other things to it too. You can do like animations to make it appear and disappear. You can do all sorts of wacky things you want. But we'll come back to that in the future. In the next episode, though, what I'm going to tackle is the actual input itself of triggering the skill to fire off based upon what skill slot you've chosen. So you can join us in the next episode right now over on patreon.com/Ryan Laley. You can find all our videos early from just $1 a month. A massive thank you to all our patrons and YouTube members for their continued support in the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.